I heard about XXL Guitars mainly through Facebook. I wasn't living in Montreal yet, and I was living in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And I remember my friend, a mutual friend, Francois Larouche, who plays XXL Guitars, had posted a photo of a new guitar of his. And I believe I made a comment about, I love this guitar, who made it, and he told me, and Marc Lupien at XXL Guitars here in Montreal, and I said, and Marc made a comment like, what color do you like, what color do you want? And I said, blue, just, casually putting it out there. And I guess a bit of time had passed, and I returned to that photograph on Facebook, and I said something to the effect of, how is that guitar coming along? And Marc and I had the conversation from then on. So it was over a period of a few weeks of just kind of, I think, more or less teasing each other a little bit. And then it developed into actually, well, yeah, let's make a guitar. So I thought that was a really fun way to meet a luthier and talk about building an instrument. I had been in Europe for 3 months traveling and touring. And so we ended up building this custom Roxy over the internet, basically, and talked about the pickups I wanted to use and the feel of the neck. I believe I even measured my hands, and Bigsby or no Bigsby, and, all the things that you talk about. So, yeah, happened word of mouth, and we started with the color blue. When Marc and I talked about making the XXL guitar for me, we talked about, some of the specifics that I wanted to feel with the instrument. Like I wanted the neck to have a bit more fight to it and mimic kind of an acoustic neck. So what we did was create a hybrid, more or less, of electric neck and an acoustic neck, just so it has a little more fight to it. And I use heavier string gauges because that's what I'm used to. And also it'll accommodate more tunings, which is something I do with all my repertoire. I'm using alternate and open tunings. So that was something that was kind of a must, and wanted to be able to accommodate what I do on the instrument. So I like the fact that I can put a low 56 or 58 on the low E string, and it'll hold a C really well. And as a result, we get this really beautiful bottom end in the guitar, and I get a lot of comments on the bottom end. Plus, she's got a nice set of hips, doesn't she? I like the size of it. It makes me feel like I can wrap my arms around it nicely. I'm used to a big acoustic guitar for years and years and years, and now I have this thing that's kind of tucked into my body fairly tightly, and I like the fact that it's got some hips to it. I love the Bigsby. I'm a big fan of the Bigsby. I'm a big Bigsby fan. And but I haven't used one in years. In fact, I've never had an instrument that had a Bigsby on it. It was always a whammy bar, that little tally stick thing that flanges around. So this was a nice addition, and we thought we'd go with it because I can get nice big low dips. And I've started using it, but it's just one more thing it's like driving a standard, right? You have to be conscious of what your hands and feet have to do. So having a Bigsby has been fun to experiment with. It's still new to me, but it's fun. It brings out my eyes. No, I chose blue because as I always wear black on stage, I find that anything else that's colorful will pop. And so I don't have anything blue accessory-wise or shoe-wise, and I thought, well, why not just make it fun? I get a lot of compliments on the color as well. I think of it more like a sea green on the inside. Wouldn't you call that sea green? Anyway. first position, and it gives me a nice big low range, and I might even throw in some